Things that you darn well need to know before you put your house on the market, whether you're the seller or you're the agent. Does it matter what day the home goes live in the MLS and on Zillow and Redfin, etc.? Yeah. Statistically, it shows that if you put it on the market about 11 a.m. on the Thursday, then by that weekend, you will have more showings than should you put it on the market on Wednesday. The reason is really simple. Agents don't start planning who and what they're going to show for the weekend till usually Thursday evening, Friday midday. Just a fact of life. So if your photos are done, the video's done, the advertising's done, and boom, everything can go live about 11 o'clock on Thursday with you as the seller already approving the description of your home, the photos, etc., and it's ready to go, you will have a better first weekend showing than anybody else that you're in competition with. Do I need a yard sign? Yeah. Hey, look, 30 years ago, yard signs served a different purpose, sort of, than they do now. But realistically, agents like me, who have a problem having any sense of direction, we really like it when we're heading to a house to show and we see a yard sign going, that's the one we're looking for. Now look, you can make the argument, I don't want the neighbors to know that I'm selling my house. First off, they're gonna know. Second, you can make the argument, but everybody looks it up online. Exactly. But if they drive by, as opposed to calling the real estate office now to inquire about your home, they know to go home and look that home, yours, up online in order to see the photos, the video, the information about your agent, and decide whether or not they want to come view it. You cannot lose with a yard sign. I don't want a lockbox. I understand. The idea of people just being able to go willy-nilly into your house is strange. Well, that's not really how it works anymore. Nowadays, lockboxes are Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled that have no combinations on them, and you have to be a member of the local MLS association, member of the board of realtors, all of that baloney to even have access. And by the way, the controller for it is now on the agent's phone. So it knows where you are, who you are, when you opened it, and when you closed it. Listing agent gets that information. Not like the old days where we all just had like little letter or number codes and we could give it to our cousin Karen that would go in and open and show it or whatever. Doesn't happen anymore. Well, what happens if an agent gives their cell phone with the Supra, which is the lockbox, ladies and gentlemen, the lockbox information on it to somebody that's not authorized to view the home and they use it? First off, when was the last time you were comfortable giving your spouse your cell phone for the day? Yeah, never happened. Doesn't happen. We know who goes in and out of your house, and we have control over times and when that happens. And on top of that, we have this great feature called call before showing, meaning I, as the agent, have to give the buyer's agent a special one-time use code to be able to use at the predetermined time to be able to even access your lockbox. So yes, but I'm going to be home. I don't just want to open it up. I guarantee you, every seller I've ever known has said that. And 100% of the time, when we need to get into your house, that's when you're on vacation, you're out of town, you're visiting relatives. We have to have access to your home. If you make it harder for a buyer to buy, you're going to make it harder for the agent to get you the price you want for the sale of your home. Yes on a sign, yes on a lockbox. Do we need to stage? Listen to your agent. I find about 98.9% of the time, I would do better destaging my clients' homes. Why? Because their homes look like mine. We have furniture, personal items, stuff. That is the stuff we pack up, make the rooms look bigger. We don't have to bring in anything new. We just remove and pack up and store whether it's in the garage or a corner of a room, some of the stuff that we like day to day, but may not show your home in the best light. Do we really need to have interior photos? Yeah. Again, simple answer, yes. Us as parents tell our daughters, it is better to leave more to the imagination. Don't show too much skin. The same does not apply to marketing and selling your home. We want buyers, agents, the general public to have an idea in the best laid lighting and the best layout possible what your home looks like inside. Think about how much the car companies and dealerships spend shooting 360-degree video and interior photos of the cars they're trying to sell and market. You know how hard it is to take photos of the interior of a car? Way easier to take interior photos of a home. A lot more space to work with. But there's a reason why they spend that much money. Because a buyer might like the outside. They might like the engine. Maybe they even like the price, God forbid. But they want to see what it's going to look like when they sit in the car. We got to do the same with your home. So yes on interior photos. Do we really have to have an open house? No, but boy, does it work in your favor. But why would we need to have an open house and leave our home for the day and let our agent sit around and bake cookies and turn on all the lights and open all the blinds and offer it for all the neighbor looky-loos? Really simple. We are trying to make it easy. Again, the easier you make it for a buyer to buy, the better off your net profit's going to be. If we open your home up for a good couple of hour period and let the public know beforehand, you will find that, yes, some of your neighbors are going to come by to check out what's happening. Yes, there'll be some drive-by looky-loos coming home from Sunday dinner after church. That's fine. But the buyer's agents that are working with buyers will go, oh, I don't need to worry about scheduling an appointment. Bob, Mary, you know the home you wanted to see? It's open Saturday or Sunday. I'll meet you there at 1 o'clock. The next part that's really awesome, as opposed to just being an MLS listing or a Zillow listing that somebody saw online, when we get a buyer and their agent actually face to face with the agent that's representing the seller, something happens. We change from just being another listing to becoming somebody where we can emotionally attach. That makes it more likely we can get a buyer and their agent to write you an offer. So yes, open houses are a great idea. And the final one that causes more problems than it's ever solved. You go out and shop for a real estate agent to represent you on the sale of your home based on how cheap they'll do it. Do you know how absolutely scatterbrained that idea is? If you are looking for somebody that has the knowledge and the skill set to not only guide you through correctly pricing and setting your home up for marketing, but also pull off the marketing and the negotiations, the cheapest is never going to be the best. The other mistake is hiring somebody regardless of their knowledge base because you went to church with them or because they're related to your husband. If the people aren't good, your results won't be good either. Everybody has had a bad doctor. They all went to medical school. They all have a license to practice medicine. Some are better than others. And your bottom line, your net profit, depends on who you hire.